All right, let's just get right into it. If you're running a local business, you need to hear this. The way customers find you is changing, and I mean dramatically. And it's all because of AI. The old rules of just getting on a map, they're gone. The new game is all about becoming the answer. So stick with me here, because we're going to unpack what this AI search takeover really means, and more importantly, how you can survive and even thrive in it.
So let me ask you something. Have you been looking at your website analytics and noticed your organic traffic is just kind of disappearing? If you have, you are definitely not alone. The culprit is likely this thing called a zero-click search. AI search engines are now so good at giving a direct answer right on the results page that people don't even need to click on a website anymore. And the scary part is, if your business isn't part of that AI-generated answer, well, for that customer, you might as well be invisible.
And this slide really gets to the core of it, right? Think about how you search for things now. We used to type these weird, robotic keywords like best pizza NYC, but now we just talk to our phones. We ask, where can I get a good slice near me right now? It's a full-on conversation. We expect an immediate, smart answer that understands our context. And you know what? AI is built from the ground up to do exactly that.
Okay, and if that wasn't enough, here's where it gets really tricky. The AI is personalizing everything. It's looking at your location, your past searches, what brands you like, maybe even if you have a loyalty card somewhere. So the search results I see are going to be totally different from the ones you see. That whole idea of fighting for the #1 spot on Google is pretty much over. Visibility is now this constantly changing, hyper-personal thing for every single person.
So how did we even get here? To really get a handle on where all this is going, we've got to take a quick look back. Local search has gone through some pretty big changes, and they all lead up to, well, right now.
You know, it all started with what we can call Local 1.0. This was super basic. The whole game was just making sure your business name, address, and phone number was the same everywhere online. That's it. Then we moved into Local 2.0. This is where things like customer experience, online reviews, and engagement started to matter. And now we're in Local 3.0. This is the AI era. It's all about figuring out what a customer really wants, their intent, their context, and giving them a direct answer.
So what is Local 3.0 really? Think of it this way. AI engines aren't just link librarians anymore. They're not just pointing you to a shelf of books. They're reading all the books, understanding them, and then writing a one-paragraph summary for you. They're pulling info from everywhere to give you that single, perfect answer. The goal isn't to be on the list anymore. The goal is to be the answer.
Okay, so you're probably thinking, this sounds big and scary. How do I actually deal with it? Well, the good news is there's a framework. It all comes down to what we're calling the 5 pillars of Local 3.0. This is basically your new playbook for making sure customers can find you. So here they are. We've got discovery, experience, relevance, and authority, conversions, and finally, performance. You can think of these as the 5 big categories that AI is using to judge whether or not your business is worth recommending. Let's break down that first one. First up, discovery. Now, for an AI, this is all about one thing: data. Clean, accurate, trustworthy data. These big AI models, or LLMs, need to see the same info about you everywhere. If your hours are different on your website than they are on your Google profile, that creates confusion. It's like a red flag. And if the AI can't trust your data, it's just going to ignore you and find someone it can trust. Pillar number 2 is experience. And honestly, this is where my mind starts to get a little blown. Listen to this quote from Crystal Carter at Wix. She says that as AI assistants get more agentic, meaning they act on our behalf, customer loyalty becomes absolutely critical for training them. What does that mean? It means if a customer is loyal to your brand, the AI is going to learn that and recommend you more often. Your customer service is literally training the AI. How wild is that?
All right, next we have relevance and authority. Now, this isn't exactly a new idea in the world of search, right? But with AI, it's on a whole other level. The AI is actively hunting for proof that you are the expert in your field. It's not enough to just mention a service. It wants to see deep, rich content, FAQs, blog posts, detailed service pages that really, truly answer the questions people are asking.
Okay, so that's the what. That's the landscape. But I know what you're thinking. Great, but what do I actually do? So let's switch gears and get into a concrete, practical action plan for this new Local 3.0 world.
Step 1. You have to master your foundational data. This is the non-negotiable stuff. First, get your Google Business profile claimed and fill out everything. Every single field.
Then do an audit. Make sure your business name, address, and phone number are exactly the same across every single platform. And finally, and this is super important, use schema markup on your website. Just think of it like creating a name tag for all the important info on your site so the AI can read it perfectly.
Step 2 is all about a mental shift. We have to stop obsessing over keywords and start obsessing over answers. Your job now is to become a question detective. What are people actually asking about your business? Look at your emails, your Google Business Profile Q&A. Then create content that answers those questions plain and simple. And remember, be specific. AI loves it. A dedicated page for every single service and location is way, way better than one giant generic page.
And finally, step 3. This is where we get into a whole new ballgame called Generative Engine Optimization, or GEO for short. This is all about making your content super easy for an AI to digest. That means using clear headings and short, punchy paragraphs so the AI can easily grab chunks to use in its answers. It means pushing for detailed customer reviews, because you better believe the AI is reading those to figure out if you're any good. And it means syncing up your content. Make a YouTube video that covers the same points as your blog post. The AI sees all of this, connects the dots, and marks you down as a real authority.
So, I just threw that term at you. Generative Engine Optimization. It's a big one, and you're going to be hearing it a lot, so let's just take a second to define it properly. What exactly is it?
It's actually pretty simple. GEO is just the art and science of getting all of your digital stuff, your website, your online listings, your reviews, all of it, ready to be picked by a generative AI. It's about making your business the most obvious, the most trustworthy, and the most authoritative source for that AI to use when it's putting together an answer for somebody.
All right, let's start to bring this all home and think about the big picture here. We are in a totally new era. The whole concept of a search results page is kind of dissolving. And here's a wild thought to chew on. Your next customer might not even be a person.
This quote from Benu Agrawal just hits the nail on the head. Websites will serve more as data repositories for AI consumption than traditional sales tools. Let that sink in. We need to stop thinking of our websites as just pretty online brochures for people. Their new, maybe even primary job is to be a perfectly organized library of data for AI to consume.
And really, if you remember one thing from all of this, let it be this. The future isn't a list of links. It's a single, relevant answer. Your goal is no longer to rank number 3 or number 4. Your goal is to be the answer. When someone asks a question related to what you do, your entire online presence needs to be so clean, so authoritative, and so helpful that the AI basically has no other choice but to feature you as the solution.
Look, this shift from a page of options to a single, direct answer, it's probably the biggest change to search we've seen in more than 10 years, and it leaves every single business with a really important question to ask themselves. So I'll leave you with this. Is your business ready for an answer-first world? Or are you still playing the old game of just trying to be another link on the list?